Yo, what up, Koffin Crew? Thank you all for tuning in. Greatly appreciate you all hanging out with us tonight. It's a back-to-back show, so that's pretty cool. Not every day that we get to have a back-to-back, but I'm kind of excited for today as well. Today we have Russ, the mastermind behind Hell on the Border, and super stoked to have him on here, hang out with us, and kind of we get to pick his brain and see what he's been up to and what Hell on the Border is up to, and just what he has going on as well, because he is a guitarist, drummer, bassist. He as well is available for, I'm assuming, studio sessions, touring. So he does a little bit of everything, so that is pretty sweet, and we will definitely pick his brain on how he got into what he got into. So, but before we bring Russ on, of course, we are going to play a song of his. It's from the song is called Still. And again, this is from Hell on the Border. So for the next 4 minutes, just kind of kick back, relax, enjoy the song. And as soon as the song finishes, we will go ahead and bring Mr. Russ up here to hang out with us for a bit. So again, here is Still from Hell on the Border.
Of a lady as she
Hell yeah. And again, that was a still from Hell on the Border. It's a kick ass fucking track. And in case y'all are wondering what anime is that, that's some old school Fist of the North Star. It's fucking great. I was kind of trying to see what kind of old school um, whether it had been like a kung fu flick or something kind of fit with the song. And then I just remembered Fist of the North Star, and I was like, shit. And I thought of these scenes and fit perfectly, 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 perfectly. So again, that's still by Hell on the Border. And so now I will be bringing up here Russ. Again, he is the madman behind Hell on the Border. Again, he's guitarist, drummer, bassist, available for sessions, studio sessions, and touring as well. So that is pretty awesome that you can be versatile that way. So that's fucking sick. That's something I've always wanted to do, but I just never did for whatever fucking reason. Hey, bestie, how's it going? Everybody in chat, thank you all for tuning in. And again, so without further ado, I'm gonna bring in Russ. Just bear with me one second here. Let me. There we go. All righty.
Hey, all right.
How's it going, Russ?
Hey, what's up, man? Say
Hey,
hi to
man.
Otis' dog. He's in here. Come here, Otis. Say hi to Otis.
Mr. Otis is hanging out.
Yeah, he's
Sweet.
chilling. Yeah, he's chilling.
Dude, man, so again, thank you for hanging with me today, man. Thank you for taking the time. I greatly, greatly appreciate it.
Yeah, you bet, man. It's an honor to be here today. Very much, very cool.
Hell yeah, hell yeah. And dude, man, that song still, man, that is an awesome, awesome track, man. I've been listening to it since you pretty much sent it, and pretty much every track that you have on the album, and man, it's this is a solid song. Pretty much every song that I've heard that you've been working on, I'm assuming it's for the new Hell on the Border album, have been great. So a song like this, dude, give me a little info on it. What's the story behind it? How did this song come about?
Oh man, that's a cool story. I was going through some rough patches there around let's say it would be 2016, 17 when that song came about, and I was sitting in my studio one day recording, and I just kind of was, you know, thinking about getting older, and at that time, I think I was pushing mid 30s at that time, and I was like, you know what, man, I'm still young within, you know, and I was thinking about like the things that I would, you know, that meant a lot to me, and that we all are still young within, even though we get older, and whether you're 20 or whether you're 85, man, like deep down in our soul, we're still kids, and we all want to be happy, and we think we sometimes miss the little things in life, and I think that's kind of what that song is really, really kind of based around, is that it's okay to still be who you are, and still be kind of free in that spirit.
Yeah, no, dude, that's awesome, man. That is it's good having. I have always liked songs that are like that. You kind of have that backstory to it. Kind of not only does it mean something, is it something personal to you, but it can also transcend to anybody listening, man. Especially if they've gone through that or are going through that as well. Def.
Yeah.
Let me see.
You
Oh,
know,
hey, Russ.
yeah.
Sorry to interrupt, brother. A quick question. They're saying you're a little low. Is there any way you can bump up, your volume, like so we can kind of?
You want me to scoot a little closer? Is this better?
Is that better, Bestie? Let's see.
Is that better? Let me check this mic. Yeah, I think I'm about as loud as I'm gonna get right there. I can try to
Hmm.
talk real loud. How's that? Maybe if I yell at it.
Is that a little better? We'll give it a go. We'll see how it goes.
Okay.
So okay, so I know you. It says that you are a drummer, bassist, studio. You do studio sessions, touring. How does that work, man? Like, how did you get into that world rather than because a lot of people the traditional ways is like what, I'm just gonna join a band, do my whatever thing with my band, and that's it. So how did you dip into doing all these side projects?
Really just kind of I kind of stumbled into it by accident and with no sort of I didn't have a plan. You know, I didn't wake up one day and say this is what I want to do. I started playing music when I was really really young, and started out playing guitar and things with my old man. And then as I got into school, you know, they don't offer guitars, so I started playing drums. And the drum thing, I found out that I had a pretty natural talent for that. So at the end of the day, the bass just kind of fell in with all of that kind of thing. So I started joining bands, playing drums, and I was always playing guitar on the side and writing music. And as things kind of progressed with playing and being in bands, I just started meeting different people. I want to give a shout out to Mike Tom and the guys from Afterlife and Staring into Fire, who introduced me to some really good people along the way. I want to give a shout out to Sean; he's been awesome. And so through those, and also to Nick Mason from he's a good friend of Riggs from Rob Zombie. He's let me work with him in the studio some, and he also does tattoos at Riggs Tattoo in Branson, and he's been pinnacle and helping out with things. And I mean, golly, that's just kind of how it happened. So I was able to just kind of play around, and eventually I opened my own studio at home and just started doing my own thing, you know, just on my downtime.
Dude, that's awesome, man. Damn, dude, that's and how long have you been in the music business?
Since I was 17.
17, man. So
Yeah.
you've been there and done some and seen a lot, I'm assuming.
Seen a lot of stuff, a lot of really crazy stuff. And I mean, I've got the stories, man, that go along with it too. The pitfalls, the perils, the successes, the failures, the hurt, all that kind of thing, you know, that we musicians go through in our torment, you know.
No, yeah, dude, I totally hear that, man. So, I mean, you don't have to give names, you don't have to do any of that,
No,
but
that's fine. Yeah, that's
but
good.
dude, what's the craziest thing you've seen, man? Where you've been like, whether it's backstage somewhere at a show, festival, or just with a band in general, where you were just kind of like, holy shit.
See, that there's a couple that come to mind, but the one that was the most neat. I was playing a show in this little place in Arkansas. It was called the Woodstock Hangover. No, wait, I'm not gonna tell that story. That's a bad story. I'm gonna tell you the coolest one. There was a same band though called Thanks, and it was I believe it was 1999. We were doing a show called the Caring Skies, and it was a festival, like a hippie festival up here in Winslow, Arkansas, and they did it in a chicken house. And yeah, dude. And if you can imagine how long, and any of you guys out there that are country folk, you know about chicken houses. They're long, and the place was totally packed, Rudy. I mean, from we were on one end, and the place was just packed all the way to the other. I shouldn't neglect to say that you know I was on some psychedelics at the time, but dude, I have never seen a crowd jump like that inside of a chicken house, just going at it. You know, there's dust flying, people headbanging, and we're just tearing it up, dude. There was probably 3,000 people in the house that night. It was great.
Damn.
Yeah, it was great. Yeah.
Man, and how was it performing on psychedelics, dude? Because I tried that once many years ago, and I that was honestly like the worst show I've ever fucking played.
You know, what's funny is that was one of I mean, I don't advocate. I'm not an advocate. I'm sober today, thank God.
Mhm.
And so I would say that what I remember the most, other than the crowd, was I was playing drums and we had black lights, and I was playing these Easton sticks. And you guys out there that are musicians, you know they're black and they have white tips. So all I could see and all I remember, Rudy, is that my drum heads were like free floating in space, and then my drumsticks were like the tracers.
Oh
And I,
shit.
dude, I played the whole gig like that. It was like something out of a video game. But I mean, looking back on it, golly, that's been 27 years ago.
Dude,
So
yeah, man.
yeah,
Again, because I've been sober again for a very long time, but that show I remember specifically just because right like mid set, that's when I noticed, boom, it hit me, and I was like, holy shit. And then
Yeah.
everybody's faces started kind of getting a little fuzzy. And I was like, I started sweating a bit. I was like, motherfucker, maintain, maintain.
Oh yeah, yeah, and that's how I felt. And God, I mean, just like I said, the tracers were the main thing, and then the crowd humping out there was like, oh my God, you know what I mean?
Yeah. No,
It was
yeah, dude.
awesome.
Especially like when that adrenaline starts pumping, the crowd starts going. You're like, holy shit. I can only
Yeah,
imagine how that just amplifies, whatever you might be feeling. It's definitely a trip, dude. And again, it just to me, man. I think like fucking moments like that at one time in my life, dude, when I would look back at shit like that I did, I always kind of was like, kind of look down on myself a bit. I was kind of like, ah, fuck, why did I do that? This, that, and the other. But you know what? Now I kind of see it as like learning experiences. That's just what was meant to happen at that time, regardless of any situation. And now, of course, we're older and wiser and smarter about it.
yeah, and and the experience at that age. I mean, and there again, the people that you meet just that were having a great time, and when things were a little bit more naive, I didn't realize at that time that I was a problem to myself and others. Uh, but looking back on it now, I was on a self-destructive path for sure.
Yeah, dude, it's kind of crazy, man. How like because I was the same way. I never saw myself like that, as I was an issue, was causing problems here and there. I just thought I was just fucking doing my own thing. But it's crazy how you're just kind of blind to how it affects the people around you, whether it's any like family or spouses or whatever the case may be. And
All of that.
I didn't start to realize it until I kind of started getting clean and detoxing. That's when I was kind of like, holy shit, like, okay, I see what you guys were talking about. My bad.
Yeah, yeah, and then you get a sponsor and start working some steps. And it's like, whoa.
Yeah, you know what, dude? That is something I never got to experience, man. Because when I was younger, dude, was I OD'd really young. Um, some fucking dumbasses had laced some shit with some fucking what the fuck was it called? Oh my god, I just drew a blank. It was some heavy shit, and it fucking 17 man had a heart attack.
Oh wow, that's insane.
So and but the crazy thing is what I really don't remember much at that time. I just remember like certain little instances, but I remember when I was at my heaviest OD that my parents were driving me. I remember like a minute of like I remember my mom said that she thought I was gonna like break the car seat like in half. Like that's how much I was like gripping. And she thought I was gonna break her arm as well too. Cause I think I had one hand on the seat, one hand I was holding hers, and she was like, I thought you were gonna break my hand and you were gonna snap the seat right off of the its hinges. That's how bad it was. But then I don't remember much after that. I just remember the next day I was with my doctor, but nobody ever recommended, man, like that I go to a rehab center to kind of so they can kind of guide me and help me detox. I didn't have nobody to talk to, man. So I kind of experienced all that shit on my own, um, which was difficult, especially being 17, 18 and not really knowing what the fuck is going on. So man, I had to learn the hard way, dude. It took years, but I mean, hey, it happened for a reason. But the good thing is we both kind of came out of it and are living that clean, sober life.
It's great on this side, man. It really is. And I'm coming off of that too. Now I ended up homeless. Like I said, my wife right now is in the hospital, coming off of some sickness, and I ended up in a pretty bad way. And I want to thank if Neil Garrett's watching right now, I want to thank him for taking me in and giving me a chance to get my life back together because it's been rough, dude. The last couple of years have been rough. You know,
Yeah, no, it is hard, man. It is, and
you
it's
get on that
it's
yo-yo. You know what I mean? You get on that yo-yo
yeah,
where it's like,
yeah.
fuck.
Yeah, no, and I guess that's just part of it, dude. And then since I kind of did everything on my own, I did meet, as years went on, people that did get the help. And they were kind of telling me like, hey, if you do relapse or this or that, don't be ashamed, man. That's just part of it. You know,
So the moral of the story is out there, guys. If you want to have a long career in music, uh, put your put your faith in something bigger than yourself,
Yep.
and stay straight, because big decisions have to be made, business decisions have to be made, and it's a lot better when you're doing it with an open mind and a clear mind, rather than walking through something going like, and then waking up 16 years later going, what the fuck did I do?
Exactly, dude. Exactly. And that's what I tell a lot of bands
That's good advice.
nowadays. You know, it's good. It's great fucking advice, man. Because again, I've seen bands now that are trying to do something, but they all have their vices and they go nowhere. You know,
Yeah,
and I
they'll
tell
implode. They'll implode.
yeah, and I always tell them, I go, you guys just got to quit your bullshit, quit the shit, you know, and get rid of that haziness, that fogginess that your brain is kind of at right now, and think clearly, and then
Yeah.
get yourself clean, and then move forward, progress. That's when you'll start noticing things will start falling into place, man.
Oh yeah,
Um,
and it's happening for me right now every day, Rudy. Everything, every like right here talking to you. To me, this is part of seeing the fruits of that labor of taking care of business and keeping it straight.
hell yeah,
Seeing
man.
this album come out, this album release has been a big deal. With Danielle being sick, it's been kind of a rough go getting everything off the ground, but I'm putting together a plan to get everything moving. It's just kind of slow right now, so I mean, this right here is a big step forward for me right now, for sure.
No, hell yeah, man. And again, dude, I'm, keep at it, man. Keep doing what you're doing, and like you said, I mean, it's your focus. You know what you need to do, and it's slowly but surely, man. Slowly
Yeah,
but surely,
take time.
it'll get there.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And so, how long have you had Hell on the Border? Is this something new, or is this something you've been kind of working on for quite some time?
this was a project that I started in 2015 with a great drummer named Chris Law. I don't know if he's watching tonight or if he'll even see this, but if Chris, you get to see this, shout out to you also, brother. He's an awesome drummer, great guy. Uh, he and I started as a two-man project, and I would go up, play guitar and sing, and he would play the drums, and it just kind of went from there. And then Chris went on to bigger, better things, and that was really when my solo thing kind of took off. And from there, I've just kind of picked up musicians along the way that were willing to learn and play. I'm talking to a few guys right now in Tulsa, Mike DePatrio, and some different guys. Just trying to get some things going for when I'm ready to go back out.
Hell's yeah, dude. Hell yeah, man. That's awesome. And so, aside from Hell on the Border, dude, like what other projects have you had? Because I know last year you got to perform at the Metal Hall of Fame.
Yes,
So
yes.
guide me through that, man. What happened before? What led to you performing at the Metal Hall of Fame? How was it there at the Metal Hall of Fame?
I have pictures. Uh, Man, let me tell you, Danielle's on the phone with us right now. She's live on the phone. She's getting better. But if it was not for her, man, I would never have gotten that gig. Because of her and Sean, the taking a chance on me and believing in me. I really owe them that performance. And I have to say too, there had to be a higher hand involved also, because this has always been my dream and my talent. But it was a pinnacle moment. It was kind of a haphazard thing, or hap happened where Sean was talking to her. He needed somebody to play the show for Thump Drag, and I was available. So I put in the work and did the time and flew out, and I got to hang out with Chris Poland from Megadeth, which was
Hell yeah.
fantastic. That guy is such a class act. Uh, and got to rehearse with him for a few days and do the deal. And we went to NAMM afterward. I got to meet this lead singer from Arch Enemy. I got to meet back up with my good buddy Ivan DePrume from White Zombie. Uh, Golly, who else was there? Some of the guys from Cannibal Corpse, the Misfits. They inducted Dimebag Darrell that night into the Metal Hall of Fame. It was just a super cool evening. Eddie Trunk was there hosting, I do believe. And
Mhm.
about that Metal Hall of Fame, that as much as it's about music, it's also there's a program called DAD, and I'm gonna fuck this up, but it's like drummers advocating for disabilities. I think is what it is. It's the DAD
Yes.
program. Is what that does, and it's where like drummers like me get to be a part of helping people with disabilities get into music through drumming. So it's a really, really great program, and I would totally recommend anybody that wants to get a hold of Dad, just Google it, and the D.A.D, and If you're a drummer and you want to be a part of Dad, just get a hold of those guys. But they're the reason why we do that. That's the main cause.
Dude, that's an awesome organization, dude. I read up on it too. I know it. I think that's Pat's organization, right, from the
Yep.
Metal Hall of Fame. Yeah, I read up on that, man, and they're doing some pretty cool work. Very good
Yeah,
stuff.
it's cool. And Pat's a great guy. I got to meet him and talk to him a little bit. He's a super cool man. So, and he's all about, helping and being a part of music, loves music. So it's super cool.
No, yeah, dude, and it's hard, and it's hard, especially in that realm, that industry. It's hard to meet down to earth, people that really do want to help. And the fact that he's like that, man, with everything he's accomplished, shit, that just says a lot about him and the type of
Yes.
person he is. And like you said, he's seems like a really cool fucking guy that really wants to help as many people as he can, and that again, that's awesome. You really don't come across that too much in the music world, in that industry. So it's pretty sweet that he has that mentality.
Yeah, he's super serious about it too. Like when you meet him, like it's definitely not a guy you want to like, again, to all the musicians out there, if you get involved in that, he's not a guy you want to yank a chain on. If you're gonna do something, do it. Be honest with him. Be straight with him because he does know a lot of people.
Yeah, man, and that's the thing is, in our word as musicians, means a lot, because like that's what I tell everybody. The music industry, yes, it's a big industry, but it's a small community. Everybody knows everybody. Like every
Yes.
time I meet a new promoter, they're like, "Oh yeah, I need to talk to my buddy so and so and so." So I'm like, "Oh, I've worked with them for like 4 years." They're like, "Really?" I'm like, "Yeah." So that kind of opened my eyes too as to how small it is.
Yeah, it's true. And I mean, and even you guys think that that you're putting stuff on Instagram it doesn't get seen, man. That's not true either. Like, there's a lot of people that follow Hell on the Border that they may not engage a lot, but they're watching. They're seeing things. You
Dude,
know.
that's what I tell everybody. I go, just because
So
you think nobody's watching, well, guess what? Somebody probably is watching. So it's um you just gotta have that always kind of brewing in the back of your mind. It's like, okay, you just never know, because one day you might get a message and be like, oh shit,
yeah,
I had you
that's
were
that's
watching, really? and
yes.
and that happens more than people think.
Absolutely, and that's how it happens. I mean, it's like you work, and then all of a sudden you get this opportunity, and there it is. But and then people just see that part of it. They don't see the 20 years of hell you went through to get to where you are. They just see where like, oh look, here's this new guy, and it's like, no man, there's a story there. And I mean,
No,
I,
yeah,
I,
dude.
I
That
would
there's yeah, yeah, you're
Metallica, Megadeth, they'd all say the same thing. you know.
No, dude, you're 100% right, man. That's just that's how the cookie crumbles, dude. And um, it's interesting how that works, man. Because that's how I met Sean. I met Sean. I guess again, I just got a message one day, and he's like, "Hey, dude, I saw some of your apparel, some of this, some of that, some pretty cool shit." And that's kind of how we, just started chit chatting, getting to know each other more. And I was like, "Huh, I would have never thought that you were," because you didn't see that interaction, whether it's a comment or a like or a little whatever. So. And it just goes to show. Oh, he was like, "Oh yeah, dude, I was just watch content and came across your shit, and I've been watching it for a while, and I just decided to reach out." I was like, "Oh, damn." So again, it just goes back to, you just never know who's watching.
And through Sean, Sean's the one that said call you. You know what I mean? And that circle goes around and around and around.
Hells yeah, man. Hells yeah. And that's why I was super appreciative of that, because again,
Me
Sean
too.
didn't have to do that. He
Nope.
didn't have to introduce me to you or anybody else, but the fact that he did, again, I'm just very grateful and appreciative, because again, I got to meet some pretty sweet people.
Yeah, and Sean again, he's a class act guy too, man. And I want to say again, thank you, Sean, for everything. And the passes are on the way, buddy. Don't worry.
And do you
so
still plan on doing anything with Sean, man, like in the future, or with anything he might have going on, or where do you see yourself there?
I would really like to at some point in the time. I know he's looking for a drummer right now. I would super like to work with him again. Uh, and maybe that'll happen. Maybe it will with us being on opposite ends of the country. That would be a it's kind of like the Hall of Fame. It might take some time because that got to be in the environment. He's always taught me that. And
True,
so
true, true, true.
uh,
Yeah,
so for me to be in the environment, I would definitely have to be on that sort of road. You know. but I would absolutely love to work with him again. I would love to tour with him and play music with him again for sure.
Hell
Classic
yeah,
guy,
man.
super cool dude.
No, that's awesome, dude. That's awesome. And like so, Russ, with Hell on the Border, man. I know you got some solid fucking tracks, man. That you've recorded. So as far as the album goes, how is that looking on your end?
As far as which part?
Release, like actually like putting it out there. Like where can people find it?
Right now it's on SoundCloud. You can totally go on there and download it off SoundCloud. And I'm looking at here in the next month, getting everything ready with DistroKid for all the platforms, and hopefully with your with what I'm doing with you and Koffin Krew, maybe we and get some videos together. Like I said, I told you the other day, I'm on my 30-day plan where I'm kind of starting to map out my release.
Hmm.
So it is out. The album is out, and I guess I did a soft release of it, but hopefully here in the next couple of months we're gonna hardcore, like around probably the first of the year, maybe Christmas, start pumping that thing hard and getting
Hell
it
yeah,
out.
dude. No, yeah, man. And again, anything I can do to help, man. Again, I'll be there, dude.
All right.
Whether it's sharing out the album, the links and where people can get it, getting any videos together, promo stuff, again, T-shirt designs, whatever, dude. Like I'm super down to help, man. Dude, it's a killer fucking album, bro.
These t-shirts are cool, man.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, speaking of that, I'm gonna
I
show
got
you.
this one too. Yeah,
Yeah, hell yeah, man.
yeah.
Speaking of that, I'm gonna show you and everybody here a little something just based on the merch for you and some of the tracks that you've done. So check this out.
Still there, baby.
Here we go.
To lose, to die, to die, to win, and you'll run away to come back again. And blood pressure shows you have nothing inside. Fist full of dirt and full of pride. To lose, to die, to win, and you'll run away to come back again. And blood pressure.
Hell yeah. And those are available now, people. Again, those are
Very cool.
you've been called out and Hell on the Border, Dead End Roads. Those are t-shirt designs based on some of the songs that are on the Hell on the Border album. And again, there's many, many, many more on the way. So we really do encourage you guys to check them out. Again, yeah, you won't be disappointed, of course, as well with the music. And I'll definitely do what I'll do is I'll definitely get that SoundCloud link and I'll put it out there on social media so people can check it out and kind of get ready for whenever the distribution kind of gets set up so people can get that album, man, and support the record, dude, for sure. Dude, I love the tracks, man. They're fucking that they are so cool, dude. And they kind of from
Appreciate that.
you got that energy, but then you have kind of like that, like still that cool, chill, mellow, fucking like vibe, dude. And it's man, those tracks are just awesome, dude. And so all the other songs that you have on the album, is that all based on personal experience, or do you kind of incorporate maybe a little of personal and maybe not personal kind of in there?
Let's see. As I'm sitting here thinking about it, man, it's pretty. This record for me is very, very, very personal. The only song that's on there that's just kind of an all around thing is "You've Been Called Out." That song's about drag racing. 100% drag racing. The video is going to be about drag racing.
Fuck yeah.
But I think "We Are Gargoyles." That song is that's a song about the metal community. Like the chorus, we are gargoyles hiding in the shadows, protecting the weak from those that would drown us. We are a community, and there are a lot of critics out there, and we have to band together and stay together, and watch each other's back, and it's a family. So
I agree, man. I agree. We That's how it has to be in music because I've seen both sides of it where you do have, you know, bands that really are there to help you out no matter what's going on. Because sometimes shows are not perfect. Sometimes something happens, whether an amp fucking craps out, a guitar fucking woof. It's happened to me, and then I've experienced both sides of that spectrum where you have other bands that are like, oh shit, bro. here's my guitar. You know what, man? Fuck it. Here's my amp, dude. Fucking go. And then I've come across with some that are just like, tough shit, buddy. And then you're just like, you fucking dicks, because if it was the
Yeah.
other way around, I would have been like, hey, bro, here's my amp, here's my guitar, but it's like, I mean, it is what it is.
Well, and that right there, the whether you're a dick or whether you're not, that's what makes or breaks your career. And
I
so
agree, man. I
yeah.
agree.
So again, you young guys out there, be friends, get along, quit kicking each other in the sandbox.
Hell yeah. And yeah, dude. The way I see it too, man, is like if one band from your fucking town, is able to get out there and make it as per se, you know, I would say that's a plus. Why be bitter? Why be angry? Because guess what? Those dudes are gonna come back and be like, hey, you know what, guys? You all were fucking cool. Let's go on tour together. Or, or cherry pick some dates with me in Texas, whatever the case may be. And yeah, man, that's why I'm always like, hey, dude, if one makes it, you praise them, congratulate them. Don't fucking, don't just talk shit or don't, oh, you guys are sellouts, or the classic same old shit, that some tend to might say.
Well,
But
and
yeah.
a guy like me that sits out here in the Midwest, I'm on a little island out here, so my options are sort of limited. Which goes back to your question earlier about how you get into it. Like, dude, it was a lot of phone calls and begging, to give me a shot, give me a shot. There again, I shout out to guys like Nick Mason and things like that who, were very, very pinnacle in let me be a part of their projects and let me meet some of the good people that are out there. Uh, and those guys have super cool connections, so it just kind of pays to make friends.
Yeah, dude, it does, man. Make friends and network, not being afraid to to meet people, talk to people, go up to people, introduce yourself.
Yeah. Worst thing
And if
anyone can
you're
say is no.
dude, exactly, right? I mean, they can be like, "No, it's cool, man, whatever." No worries, but you just keep that respect and that professionalism there, because you never know, you might cross paths later in the future, and the scenario might be different, and shit might actually work out.
Yeah, they might be like, hey, you know what? This guy right here fell, but there was this one kid out here in Arkansas somewhere. Like, I remember him. Let's call him and see what he's doing. And that's exactly how that happens. Like, I met Nick. He played for Scum of the Earth was the band I was trying to think of, which was Rig's side project. And he was doing tattoos, and I just met him like just nonchalantly walked into the shop, and I've got my right arm is sleeved by him.
Oh, nice.
So that's how I got to know him, was going to the tat shop and sitting down and chitty chatting and building a relationship with someone as a friend. So it turned into music. I
Hell
had
yeah,
no
dude.
I had no idea that he was involved in music, and he actually just wrote a book a few years ago too, which is really good.
That's awesome, man. And it's cool how like how you get put in those kind of scenarios, man. Because again, those are things that you wouldn't think would happen, and then when they just happen organically like that, you're just kind of like, holy shit. And then I don't know, with me, I always start thinking like, like cosmically, like, damn, this was meant to be. Like, it was fucking somehow, some way, shit aligned, the stars, the moon, whatever the fuck, and then it's like, boom, it happened.
Yeah.
Because I don't know about you, dude, but I believe a lot also in like manifestation for whatever reason. Because when I was a kid, and I can vividly remember this shit, dude. When I was like really young, like I mean, like sixth grade, seventh grade, I would have like dreams of performing. I would have dreams of like meeting certain people
Yes.
in bands. And then
Yes.
as time progressed, I eventually ended up opening up for some of these bands or meeting them as well. And I'm like, holy fuck, literally everything I thought of or dreamt of when I was a kid is fucking happening like right now. So have you ever had those kind of instances or those moments happen where you're like, holy shit, I can't believe this happened because, back in the day, this is something I always thought of and now it's happening.
We showed up in Dallas, Texas, playing for a band called Staring Into Fire, and we opened up for Cannibal Corpse, or not Cannibal Corpse, 6 Feet Under, Decapitated, Face Down in Shit, Abysmal Dawn. I got to hang out with their drummer, and we were supposed to be on the B stage, and I was setting up my drums that day, and the sound guy was like, "Nah, man, hit the A." And so they sound checked the big PA to my kit, and we ended up opening the main stage for 6 Feet Under's crowd. and that was like a super dream come true. And I believe that club in Dallas that we played, I think it was 2,000 people in the house that night. So,
Wow, man.
dude, it was super. That's when I realized, like, I think I'm on the right road. You know,
No,
and
hell yeah.
so, but
Damn.
there again, death metal is one of those communities where you really got to make a lot of friends because that is a tight knit group of people.
Yes, dude. That is when some years ago I worked with Goat Whore. I brought him down for a show, and that's something that they had mentioned to me was, you know what, man, like the death metal community, we're all like this, dude. Like
Yeah,
every band, every touring manager, promoter, whatever. Like we're such a tight knit community. So if somebody fucks up, guess what? Everybody's gonna know.
everybody's gonna know. And it's also important too, like in my situation, we all slip and fall. We all fall from grace occasionally. And it's always good to know. Like I have a lot of friends in the music community who have reached out recently, knowing what's going on with me and Danielle, and they've reached out and they've really been good at putting the hand out and picking us up. And there again, I want to thank my good brother Neil. I couldn't do it without him, man. And it's an amazing thing when someone says, you know what, brother, I got you. And there's a few other people out there too that uh, Donald Lowry, I want to shout out to him. He gave me a place to stay when I really needed one, and Danielle was getting really, 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 really sick. Uh, he was there for me, and was there. That was when I was doing rehearsals for the Metal Hall of Fame and all of that. Like
Oh,
I owe
okay.
Donald Lowry my life, dude, because he allowed me to use his space to rehearse. And as a matter of fact, all of the drum tracks for the record, most of the guitar tracks and the vocals were tracked in his basement.
Oh, nice, man.
Yeah,
See, dude, and it's good to have that support system, man, because it also it just lifts you up. Because I mean, and again, man, because it happens when you just happens happened to me where I just you feel down. You're like, fuck, man, shit's kind of taking a turn, maybe for the worse here and there. But when you do have those, people reach out to you, and then especially when you least expect it,
yes,
that just gives you that boost. You're like, okay, okay, cool, cool, cool. Like I got this. I got people here that really do care and are really there to really help me out if I really do need it. And I just feel like that is crucial because that just helps, the person that they're reaching out kind of give you that boost. Like, hey man, like we're here. Don't worry, we got your back. It'll
yes.
get better. Just stay focused and let's move forward.
Yeah, and just and don't don't shave yourself either creatively. Be who you are creatively. Be real. I mean, even if you don't think, like, to hear you say good things about my album, man, that makes me feel really good because I was kind of wondering about some of those songs. If, like, should I because I'm starting this new thing called jam metal. It's like String Cheese Incident when it had a baby with Metallica, so now you got this jam element and like songs like The Rapture and also Unknown Henson's Revenge. I wrote that song for him for all his madness that he went through. Got to lift that guy up. Uh, so there's parts in those songs where when we get to play them live, dude, they're gonna really open up because there's some jam sections in there where we get to just kind of free flow and improv and ad lib things musically.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So that's what that's kind of designed to do.
Hell yeah, dude. Nah, man. Again, the tracks are great, dude. The music is fucking killer, man. Like I fucking every single track. I enjoyed it, man. Especially on some of the ones where they started off a little chill, then it's like boom. You're like, oh shit, like that. Where'd that riff come from? And it just fits and meshes so fucking well, dude. Gets you fucking grooving, gets you moving. I can only imagine live, man. It'll just it'll definitely get people fucking going, dude. You have some good shit, man, and I'm super excited for you, dude,
Thank you.
and the music that you are creating, man, because it's really fucking good, and
Thank you.
it's a breath of fresh air, also, especially nowadays, man, where a lot of bands, like you said, they are afraid to be themselves for whatever reason. They want to follow these trends. Oh, this is the trendy thing to do right now. I'm gonna fucking do it, and now you have like 30 bands that are coming out that sound exactly the same. And that
Yes.
fucking sucks.
Yes.
And I don't know why, man, they tend to follow trends, but it's like I always say, dude, just be yourselves. it transcends better when you're writing, when you're performing, especially, and when people like my because dude, that's what I look for in a band. Okay, are they genuine? Are they really being themselves, or are they following the fucking whatever's in the top, whatever hits right now in mainstream metal? And to me, that's what sticks out the most. And a lot of my friends as well, man, that I know, they feel the same way. They're like, nah, dude, I want to listen to the band that's right being themselves, that's writing what they want to write, what they feel, because again, you can relate to that more, and it shows in the performance and in the album too, man. Like, when you pop in that album, you just kind of let it go and play, and you listen to all the tracks. It definitely shows when you're listening to the music as well. So, and again, man, and now in this era, when a lot of people are tending to follow the trend, the fact that you're thinking outside the box, dude, that's fucking awesome, and
I
it
can't
shows in the music.
I can't remember. God, I'm serious. The whole time I'm listening, I'm trying to think who I heard that from. I read an interview with somebody who said, and you might know, that they didn't listen to any other bands while they were making their music.
Oh my god, dude, yes, I actually saw. Who was that?
So who was that? So was it Corn?
It might have been
Yeah.
Corn.
So
Ah,
anyway, I heard, and this been some years ago. It was like 2012 or 13, I think, when I read that interview. But I hang on, Daniel. Who was it? Maynard from Tool.
yes,
Yeah.
Maynard.
So it was Maynard. So thanks you, Danielle. She's listening. So, but that, and this is also for the guys out there, man. Turn the fucking player off. Turn your MP3 players off. Throw them in the fucking trash. Go in the studio and be yourself. Write music that you like. That you because for me as a single guy doing it, it's kind of tough because I have to be all the brain. But when you have 4 or 5 guys collectively creating that stuff, man, guys, give yourselves a shot for Christ's sake. You've got an opportunity to create something new and original. There's already a Slaughter to Prevail. There's already a Metallica. There's already a 6 Feet Under. There's already these bands. I think Sean Lininger's on that path right now too, as well. His music's really original for what's out there right now. But get into that headspace where you're doing it just for yourself.
Dude, I agree, man. I agree. That's I really do hope, because I've been like not with you guys, with you here with Hell on the Border and a few other bands that I've met. They have that mentality, so that it's good because it gives me hope that, hopefully more bands will start going back to that. Because dude, I remember like I mean, there's days where I kind of just go listen to music from the 90s, when I was in middle school. And dude, every
Yes.
band sounded fucking different. There was not one band that I said, "Oh, that band sounds the same. This band sounds the same. That band sounds the same." Everybody was different. Everybody was doing their own fucking thing. And even bands that when I was young back then, I'm like, "Damn, Butthole Surfers sound fucking weird." But you know what? They were doing their own thing, you
Yeah,
know?
dude. I remember reading an article. God, Lee, I was in fucking like 7th grade or something. Uh, it was Primus. It was Les Claypool when Primus was fixing to get hit, right? Sailing the Seas of the Cheese was fixing to drop. It was in Guitar World. But dude, all he had was a 1-page article in Guitar World. And I was like, he had this cool bass and all this stuff in his picture. And I was like, Primus? I hadn't heard Frizzle Fry. So, I went out and got the Sailing Seas of Cheese, and my mind just went boom. I was like, this can be created. Oh my gosh. But I learned from them from that little bitty ad, just crazy stuff like that.
Hell yeah, dude! I remember the first time I heard Primus. I think it was Winona's Big Brown Beaver. When I
Yeah.
that was the first one.
Yeah, Seas of Cheese was my first one. I was like, what's this? The beginning, it's got that cello sounding thing for the boat, and I was like, okay, these guys are on to something cool.
Yeah, dude. When I remember me and buddies were like, dude, have you heard fucking this band Primus? It's so fucking trippy, da da da. Da. And
Are you
again,
familiar
dude,
with
it's
Are you familiar with the band that he was in before?
well, which one was it?
Blind Illusion.
No, no.
It was him and Larry were in this band Blind Illusion, and dude, it was like a metal band, like Sacred Reich type metal. But when you listen, it's like I think 88. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong here, but I think it was 88 or 89 when that came out. But dude, when you listen to Blind Illusion, you can totally. And the album cover has like a picture of the Earth on it. I can't remember the name of the record either, but I had the cassette that my friend Buzzkirk gave to me, and brother, it's like you can totally see where Primus spawned out of this band.
Oh shit.
You know what I mean? But yeah,
That's
yeah,
cool, man. Yeah, dude,
good
and that
stuff.
so hopefully, man, I hope the music industry and rock, metal, alternative, punk, whatever, kind of goes back to that, where bands are just like, you know what, let's just write what we fucking want to write. Who gives a fuck as to what's the mainstream, what's the popular right now?
Yes,
It's like, cause
yes,
yeah, man, I'm so over that shit.
yeah. Because I mean, there's so many good guitar players out there. I mean, I just flipping through the TikToks and the Instagram stuff. There's these guys doing this thing, and you're like, that guy's gonna, if he gets with the right guys, he's gonna do something cool, you know. But it's that nucleus of people, and that's why I like being a session guy and being for hire, because I think through that process, I'm gonna find my home. Hell on the Border will always exist, but I'm ready to have a collaborative. And also on that token, if any of you guys want to jam in the band, I'm hiring. So
Oh, nice, nice, dude. So I'm a guitar player. I will, dude. I have some jams, dude, some riffs here that I've been kind of brewing and stewing on for years, man. Um, I'm gonna record some shit, dude, and send it your way. I'm just kind of curious to see what you think.
please do.
See what if something can be done, maybe it can be done, dude. I think that'd be fucking killer.
I know it can be done. We can make it happen
Fuck
for
yeah,
sure.
dude. Yeah, man, because I've been kind of I'm not gonna lie, man. I miss playing. I miss performing. I miss writing. I miss that adrenaline rush, getting on the stage and just fucking seeing people enjoy your shit. It's been
Yeah,
it's been 9 years, man, since I performed live on a stage. 9 fucking years. And
that's
it
awesome.
started hitting me a lot these last few months. Like I'm getting that itch again. I'm just getting it. I feel it. I'm like, oh,
Yeah, and that's what Hell on the Border is completely all about. Is for me get scratching that itch when I'm not playing live. I never dreamed that it would get this far, but I'm so grateful to, the man upstairs and everybody that supported it, man, throughout the years. I mean, I owe you guys everything. And I know my buddy Aaron Gully, I think he's watching right now. I want to give him a big shout out too for being one of my best friends from childhood. Always been there. Love you, man. Good stuff.
hell's yeah,
And
dude.
Ben
Now that
Garrett, Sam Wood, you guys, like I would not be here today if Ben wasn't hauling my drums around and Sam wasn't dragging all of our high school friends out to the gigs early on. I owe you guys everything too. So
No, that's all. And you know what, dude? I'm also a big believer, man, in the like the people that we surround ourselves with. That's why I keep my here in my hometown, dude. I keep my circle extremely tiny, man, very very small, because I don't want to be dragged into other people's bullshit, or drama or this that and the other, or what if they're on a different frequency than I am, to the point where I want to succeed and excel, or I have bigger dreams than whatever they might have, and it might not mesh, and they try to kind of put you down, keep you fucking not believing in yourself,
yeah,
and
they're,
I'm
they're,
not
jeal- they're jealous. They're jealous.
yeah, pretty much.
and
That's what it boils down to.
And I want to give a huge shout out again to Mike Tom from Staring to Fire and Afterlife for taking me on the road with him. And I also want a guy that needs more credit than he'll ever take, but Brian Marvel and Eric Wright with Column of Vomit. They're the ones who let me cut my teeth with them playing death metal for Column of Vomit. We only got to do a few shows, but if it was not for those two guys, I wouldn't be the death metal drummer that I am today. So Eric and Brian, thank you so much for everything.
Fuck yeah, bro. And you know what, dude? Then that's so cool, man, that you're very versatile, Russ. Again, with the drumming, the bass playing, guitarist. I mean, dude, that's not too many people can do that, man. So the fact that you're able to fucking pull that out of your ass, dude, I commend you, man, because that is awesome, dude. Awesome shit.
It was I dedicated so many years through school with drumming that was kind of like I take it for granted, man. But I got that handed to me through school. With being an all region, all state drummer, playing jazz in college, the guitar thing and all that I did on the side, like I said, from a young age. but I all of a sudden, like as I was, tearing my life into pieces, I started realizing like I spent a lot of hours practicing, dude. A lot of time, a lot of nights, a lot of late nights in the studio recording guitar tracks and then having to record bass tracks, and that's where I got my chops from. Was just playing the instrument, and that's another thing for the young guys out there too. You know, play your fucking instrument. Pick that thing up. Put down the Xbox and pick your guitar up. And I promise you, within 6 months, you'll quit playing the video games because music is so much more fun and so much more rewarding. It's like I think the addiction to video games could be like drugs. You know,
For
and
real.
and music is too. But at least with music, you get to be with people one on one, live in person. Instead of through a screen or a headset. I'm not dogging Xbox, but it's a thing.
No, yeah, man, and it is an awesome thing to see when you're putting smiles on those faces, man, out there
Yeah,
in the crowds, dude, and then you meeting these people at the merch booth or they're at the bar, like talking to them, getting that feedback.
and they have a
It's
story.
Yes, dude, yes, and see, that's what makes it that much sweeter when they're like, "Hey, bro, this song, and this is da 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 da. This is what it means to me," and you're like, "Holy fuck!" Like you're like,
Yeah,
"Hell yeah!" Like you just get that sense of accomplishment, dude. That like I don't know, it just feels good that you were able to help that person through music that you wrote.
yeah, and and those same guys, they were if like if it wasn't for Metallica and Motorhead and Megadeth and Anthrax and Primus and Nirvana, Pearl Jam, Stone Temple Pilots, NWA, all of those guys, dude, I wouldn't be who I am today. I owe all of my musical influences Johnny Cash, Merle Haggard,
Yep.
the Chuck Wagon Gang guys. I mean, I owe all of my influences BB King, the Mamas and the Papas, Led Zeppelin, Limp Bizkit, Korn is a big one. I mean, I go on for days and days and days about music, man, because Black Sabbath, if it wasn't for those bands, I wouldn't be here today talking to you because they're the ones that was like, man, these guys, I want to do this. So,
No, no, yeah, man. I feel you, dude. I feel you, and it's good to be versatile in music like that. Again, not just the metal, the rock, but like you said, NWA. I was also a huge fan of like a KRS-One when I was younger. Just those OG fucking hip hop legends, man. Because it does also help in it, dude. I mean, there was some riffs that I have that do have that fucking kind of like hip hop kind of groove metal kind of vibe. And
yeah,
I attribute that to KRS-One or NWA or Tupac or whatever the case may be.
yeah, or, and the samples that they use, that's what got me into funk. Listening to all those funk bands from back in the day, Motown, that was all samples that, you see what I mean? Like it all goes together, my brother. It all goes together.
Fuck yeah, dude. Hell yeah. Yeah, man. And I just feel like having that open mind, dude, also helps kind of push you creatively. It kind of gets those creative juices flowing, not just in rock and metal, but you said R&B, hip hop. It kind of just I don't know, man. It just makes for interesting fucking groove metal or groove music.
Yeah, dude. I mean, and I mean, people say what they want to say, but you rob a riff from, the Temptations, and you put it in a breakdown in metal, huh,
Hell yeah.
dude. I mean, it's there, it's there, and that's there again. That's that open mind, of being able to have that vision, from listening to these different bands, and going, hey, let's take this particle and this particle and see if we can make an explosion. You know?
Hell yeah, dude. Fuck yeah. No, I agree, man. I agree, and that's pretty cool. Because again, a lot of people think, metalheads don't listen to anything else but metal. But once you start kind of talking OG hip hop or this or that, they're like, "What the fuck?" I'm like, "Bro, I'm gangster rap too. What the fuck?"
Hey, I wear Ben Davis and Jordans. So yeah, it's
Oh
okay.
man,
It's okay.
hell yeah, dude. It is, and it just artistically and musically, it just opens up our minds even more, to create cooler fucking shit. And I'm
Yeah.
for it, man, and I'm down for it. And it's awesome, dude. I love it, man. I love incorporating all that kind of stuff. It's again, it's cool, man, and it's different. And again, because that's the point. We want to be fucking different. We want to write we don't want to sound like every other fucking band that's out there. We want to stick out from the crowd, man. And that, dude, I can remember because I believe the same thing in shows. Like I feel like it's good to have different genres in any kind of metal show or festival or whatever. It just kind of keeps things entertaining. It gets
Yes.
people not getting bored. It also brings new people that might maybe not have gone to one of your shows, but now you have a new some new faces there that are seeing your shit. And guess what? Now you're turning those people into fans. And
Exactly.
so I always feel like it's good to kind of mix all these different genres, man. Because so many years ago, dude, we played in Austin, and it was like a Juggalo fest.
Yeah.
I didn't, I when I booked it, I didn't know that's what it was. When I got there, I was like, holy shit, we're gonna get our asses fucking kicked here. Like, no fucking way, because we were the only metal band there, dude. That was it. It was just us. I was like, this is gonna go horribly wrong. And that's just what I felt. But dude, I couldn't have been any more wrong. The minute we started playing, why we were different. We were the only metal band there. Fucking everybody rushed to the stage. Everybody started fucking vibing, having a good time. And I was like, holy shit. I was super fucking wrong with what I was thinking. And that opened my mind up even more to be like, you know what? Doesn't fucking matter what kind of show it is. As long as you're out there, you're giving it your best, people are gonna vibe to it, and that's what matters in the end. So that event really fucking opened my eyes, man, big time.
Yeah, and we see a lot of that too with like bands like Body Count, Limp Bizkit. They featured a lot like Red Man and Method Man and all that on their records. I think Ice Cube was on Corn. Then Corn did the dubstep. Like what a mix, you know.
No, yeah, dude, yeah,
Never
hell
be
yeah,
afraid. Never be afraid.
yeah. No, I agree. I agree. I agree 100%, man. And so, Russ, so like in the next, let's say, year or two, where do you kind of see Hell on the Border, or maybe any other project you might have going on, or any kind of studio stuff going on, or at this moment are you just kind of taking it like a day at a time?
Right now, I'm a little bit on the day at a time thing because my wife is sick, and she's getting better every day. So, but as soon as she's up and able, and I kind of get my heels about me. Of course, in the interim, I will be making plans. But if I was to say a year from now, I would like to be hitting the stage on the road, spreading a message of positive message, and having a strong fan base, and showing people that even when you do fall in the fire, you can rise a phoenix.
Fuck yeah. Hell yeah, man. I agree 100%. And you're right, Grins from Below. She's healing every day, man. And that's what we hope for and pray for, that she'll be back at home with you, and back to kicking ass, and you guys taking names for sure.
Yeah, yeah, she's gonna be my tour manager.
Hell yeah, dude. Dude, even, that's perfect. Perfect. It's good to have that.
You hear that? Maybe you got a job.
And a good job at that too. She gets to make sure that, you're on your shit, man, for sure.
Yeah.
That's awesome, dude. That's awesome. So again, Russ, so you said that the new album, people can stream it on SoundCloud again. So
Yes.
I'll let everybody know that I will put that in the description box below here.
I want to put this out there too. Uh if anybody that buys a Coffin Crew T-shirt for Hell on the Border, if you'll buy a T-shirt, and I think Rudy has my email, or I can definitely get it to him on Insta, or you can look me up on Insta. If you will show me a receipt or show me your T-shirt, I will send you the album for free.
Hell yeah.
I will send you the record for free. Just buy some merch, support Coffee Crew, and you'll get some free music out of the deal. And that's kind of how I want to spread this one out, and see how far we can go. Just giving some people some good tunes to jam.
Fuck yeah, man. That's awesome, dude. And again, I'll go ahead and play the video here for everybody again. But it's the Hell on the Border. Um, fucking holy shit! I just drew a blank. Hell on the Border.
Still, or we are gargoyles.
Yeah, we are gargoyles. You know what? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do a T-shirt design for that one next, man. I have some pretty cool shit um in mind that I've been kind of thinking with it. And
Okay.
I think it's gonna come out pretty sweet. So no, yeah. So I definitely encourage you guys, get some Hell on the Border tees, Dead End Roads. You've been called out. They are available on the Coffin Crew
If you
apparel
Yeah,
dot
if you buy the
shop.
shirt.
Yes, so you get the shirt, I'll see there, who purchases it, and I'll definitely email Russ y'all's info, so you can definitely get that fucking album. You guys will not be disappointed. It is a good fucking album. Guarantee you, it's one that you can press play and just let it fucking go. We don't get many albums like that too much, and I'm telling you, that is what's missing as well in the metal community, where you can just press play and let it go, man. No filler tracks, no nothing. Every song that's on there is fucking kick ass. And again, Hell on the Border, guys. All their information on to where you can find Hell on the Border and social media. I'll also put the SoundCloud link as well in the description boxes below. I'm going to be sharing it as well in the next few days. So, Russ, to
Yes.
everybody that's listening or might watch this back, any musicians, any artists that are out there, poets, whatever they do creatively, what advice would you give them? Because a lot of people nowadays, they're kind of afraid to follow their dreams. So what advice can you give them if they are feeling that kind of fear, maybe not getting that support at home?
If you're not getting that kind of support at home, move out. Uh, and I speak from experience on that one. And I would say this right here, man: be yourself. Don't be afraid to ask, and always do what you feel right here inside, and listen to that gut feeling, because it doesn't lie to you. If you're doing and always, I would just say, practice, 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 and believe in yourself. First and foremost, believe in yourself, because if you're enjoying it and you're having fun and you believe in what you're doing, everybody else will see it and they will recognize it. And like you said, if you're genuine, people will know it, and you'll find that doors will start opening. It might be slow, but doors will open. Just follow that dream. Don't quit. Don't fucking quit when it looks like it's getting hard. Practice. Call somebody. Get on the phone. Most of the people out there in this music world, man, like myself even, I will answer the telephone or email if you send it to me. So don't be afraid to reach out and just see where it goes.
Fuck yeah, man. The metal gods approve. Hell yeah. So to those of you that might have missed it earlier, I'm gonna go ahead and play Still. This is from Hell on the Border. Killer fucking track. So you guys just go ahead and kick back, enjoy the fucking tunes for the next 4 minutes. Again, you will not be disappointed. So here we go. Here is Still from Hell on the Border.
I want serenity, one rainbow or the ocean breeze, the scent of a lady as she
Hell yeah, everybody. And again, that was still from Hell on the Border. So make sure you guys fucking follow them and follow Russ on social media, the Hell on the Border. Again, I'm going to have all his links on the description here below. So you can go ahead and follow him on Instagram. Keep in touch with, what he has going on musically. And again, don't forget, to get the album. If you do go to coffincrewapparel.shop and you get Hell on the Border, Dead End Roads, or You've Been Called Out t-shirt, I will see the order come in. I will go ahead and pass Russ that information, and you will get a free copy of the Hell on the Border album. It doesn't get any fucking cooler than that. And I guarantee you guys, this track is just one of many that are fucking killer on this track. You guys will not be disappointed whatsoever. And again, I want to give a huge thank you to Russ and Hell on the Border. And of course, everybody that does sponsor and help me out as well. I appreciate you guys very much. Of course, Sean over there with Troubadour Amplification. So all you bassists and guitarists want a kick-ass fucking amp, make sure you check out Troubadour Amplification. You also check out his custom guitars, Linger guitars as well. And of course, stay up to date with all things metal and go to the Metal Hall of Fame website. Again, you're going to find all these links in our description box below. Stay up to date with everything and anything metal on the Metal Hall of Fame website. And again, Troubadour Amplification, Linger Guitars, and of course, Koffin Krew Apparel, people. Coffincrewapparel.shop. If you guys buy some merch, make sure you tag me or tag the brand on the Instagram. Invite us as collaborators as well. We love to see you guys repping our shit, and we will definitely feature you all as well. And to all our brand ambassadors as well, thank you guys so much for believing in what we do. And don't forget, if any musicians, artists, poets, wrestlers, athletes, you guys want to get featured on here, you think you fall in line with our motto here at Koffin Krew Apparel or here the Ravens Corner, send us an email at the Ravens Corner tx@gmail.com or just message me on Instagram. And again, guys, I want to thank you so much for tuning in. And here's a quick little 30 seconds of the merch that is available for Hell on the Border. And again, that's at coffincrewapparel.shop. And I will see you guys next week. We have Marco from Pillars of Doom, and then we have a Requiem for Redemption on the following weekend. November is going to be kick-ass too. We have some bands from Eclipse Records from overseas that will be joining me here on the Ravens Corner. So again, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate you all, and you all have a good night, and I'll see you next week.
To lose, to die, to win, and you'll run away to come back again. And blood pressure shows you have nothing inside. Fist full of dirt and full of pride. To lose, to die, to win, and you'll run away to come back again. And blood pressure.
See you, motherfuckers.